Hey guys, Desler Magic here, and a couple of my fans actually had said something to the effect of, hey, I really like your thumbnails, or your thumbnails are the best part about your channel. I'm like, I know, right? Sometimes. Sometimes they're incredibly lazy, as you can see by scrolling through my channel. But sometimes I make somewhat creative stuff. I don't know if this one really fits the bill. It did take me like 8 minutes to get that sandstone right. I'm a bit of a perfectionist sometimes, which is why I don't always, go too hard on the, what do you call it, the photoshopping and stuff, because I know it's going to waste a lot of time. But this is for the 15K subscriber special. By the way, I hit 30. Woo, very happy about that. I'll be a lot happier when I hit 1,000, which of course will never happen, because then I'll get better support from the YouTube staff, which I've had very little problems with my channel, and it's now immune to flagging, so what more could I expect, really? But whatever. They're back to demonetizing every other video I upload, so, screw them. But anyway, I just thought this one was funny because I think for, the initial announcement, I had, one camel, then I added more, and then I just went nuts with it. And then I tweeted it out, and I put, camels took over channel, send help, please. I thought it was funny. So anyway, next up we got, these are in no particular order, by the way, Mark Rosewater with the Banhammer, the original, and of course it was so good I had to resurrect it for the quadruple ban. Of course I gave him 4 Banhammers, but Emrakul's in the background with the old cartoony dead eyes or whatever. Tongue sticking out, of course, 9999 damage. I don't even remember what game I was parodying. And then, of course, the Super Nintendo style font. It's super effective. Yep, they banned Emrakul, which was the dumbest ban decision made in the history of the game. Although the unbanning of Protean Hulk, but that wasn't even Wizard's decision. It's not really a banning, but anyway. I just thought this was kind of funny because it just kind of all went together because it was his doing, but not really. He probably had nothing to do with it. So it just came together as just a silly thumbnail all around with different layers of seriousness and stuff. I'm getting way too artsy with this. Okay, next up. This one speaks for itself. He's got a Samsung Galaxy. He's got a big purple dinosaur with a QR code on him. He's got Bigfoot chasing him. And it was in the video, of course, about geocaching. And of course, he's got the jungle safari hat on. And I don't think any of these geocaching points were actually in the woods. So I don't know why everybody me especially, we think geocaching, we think the woods. I don't know what led to that. I think because some of them were in the woods and it was kind of like a hiking thing initially. And now it's just like, go to the library or whatever, because nobody wants to drive out to the woods, which to drive out to the woods for me would take about 30 seconds. It's right over there. But yeah, this is the hazards of going out in the woods to hide a purple dinosaur for wizards, as you might get attacked by a Yeti. So, oh wait, Yetis are the snow ones. Whatever. Next up, yeah, we're going Rizu with this one. Okay, I can't even say it. The Orasca Jose Ole Chimichanga thumbnail. It's when the story said that they found the lost city of Chimichanga and they were accidentally in Mexico because they traveled too far north. Not the best Photoshop job, actually. The fade on the right, and it was crap compared to the left, and there's supposed to be water flowing, but it was funny. It was funny. Next up, speaks for itself. Cards curling. For weeks, people have been talking to me at that point about the cardstock and it curling, and I hadn't actually seen that problem. I was like, yeah, of course the foil's curved. And they're like, no, the regular one. So I left some regular ones out in the open air, and they curved. So I made a video about it. Straight up. This one, I guarantee almost nobody saw this one, and it took me 3 hours to make this. Okay? I don't know what the hell I was thinking to put this much effort into it. But this was, I think, the day 3 of the tournament, which, by the way, I held a giant tournament on X-Mage for, nuts prizes. We were giving away, T-shirts. We gave away, I think, a gaming laptop. It was all, magnesium chassis and everything, titanium. It was really nice. I gave out some crazy stuff. I think I gave out, entire decks and stuff. It made the monthly Magic box or whatever. Oh, that's not what I ended up calling it, FYI. I wonder why. It made that look like crap. The Mega Magic box, that's what it was. But this was just hilarious because it's angelic gifts going down in flames. It's got holes shot into it from anti-aircraft. And this is from some alternate reality post-apocalyptic England or something. And just the layering and stuff and the effects and the fade and the color overlay. I went pretty hard on this. And obviously, like, it looks fake. It's not, like, amazing, especially the fire effect. But I just thought overall it looked neat. And then nobody saw it above, like, 100 pixels wide. So, yeah, I figured I'd show it because it really did turn out pretty well. I was pretty happy about it. Next up, there we go. Cheater, anti-cheat hammer. And the video was titled something like, how to eliminate cheating. This is not how you do it. But I put it in the thumbnail because everybody wants to take cheaters and hit him in the head with a Nordic hammer from Morrowind. Or, wait, no, probably Skyrim. But don't do that. Next up, we got Harambe. He's playing Emperor because, of course, Emperor Harambe would show up to your game. I don't know what kind of local gaming store has, like, tan walls with, like, wooden frames, and if it's that nice out, why are you playing Magic instead of Pokemon Go? But it was supposed to illustrate, like, with the arrows how to play Emperor, and then of course he's the Emperor, so he has the crown on. And actually, so does the middle guy too, so it actually kind of worked. I just thought playing Magic with a gorilla would be hilarious. Gorilla humor goes way back to SpongeBob, by the way. It's a classic. Next up, this is just the full size LGS from Hell thumbnail. I just assume nobody's ever seen it. It's just funnier when it's bigger because, like, you got the foreboding, ominous lightning, which I, of course, color shifted. And the name of the LGS is just Hell. And then it's, of course, Come On In, We're Open. And that's my face every day that I played there. Although some days I was angrier than disappointed. But, yeah, this is it. Next up, this is just stupid. This was about the EV of Hours of Devastation. I don't know why incredibly stupid people, like I want to say Lion and probably Kevin from Rogue Deck Builder, one or the other or both said, oh, Hour of Devastation was the worst. It was the worst ever. It wasn't worth anything. I actually finally made money on that set, okay? Amonkhet was a catastrophe. Hour of Devastation, I made money selling the singles. Not much. It was probably 5 or 10%, but finally I made money. And here is the ancient Egyptian auction for cards. And yes, they had, what is that, a Hamilton? Or I don't know who that is, Jefferson? I don't know who's on the 10. I have no idea. But that guy, they had him back in Egypt. It makes about as much sense as everything else from Egypt in that set. Like the Naga, which are not from Egypt. I think they're from India. Next up, we got the Jace trampoline on the Windows XP background, the default background. You can't really beat that. I think that's what that is. It's so stupid. It's just the dumbest thing. When I drew that Jace, I'm like, I gotta reuse that. So I actually reused it in this thumbnail from another one. And then of course he's doing a flip because Jace is, you know, hardcore at his acrobatics. Just the hood and the Jace cape, like they're so like accurate yet inaccurate and like cool looking but so poorly drawn. It's just such a dichotomy, as they call it. Oh, assessing artwork. I need to make a whole new channel about that. Maybe that's what my third channel is about. Who knows? Next up, guess what this one is? Let's see. He's mad and he's running off with a vampire and a dinosaur. It's Kid Ramper, of course. Oh my gosh. Just the motion blur or the motion signs on that's so bad. But it perfectly represents, like, him laughing his head off and he's stealing their dinosaur or their vampire. And everybody was playing dinosaurs and vampires back then, so it made sense. So, yeah, Kefnit's last in there, stealing everything and entrancing melodies. Still a good deck. Next up, screw Mother Nature. I need pills. And it's a cute little baby monkey. I mean, what else do you need in the thumbnail? Other than not that level of upscaling, because that looks like crap. But, yeah, I actually made that mug. So I'd say it's for sale on Teespring, but I'm still waiting for those idiots to respond to any of my emails and honor the counterclaim. And as soon as I find out who filed the claim, they're going to jail. Simple as that. I'm suing them in civil and criminal court. So that'll be fun. But, yeah, this thumbnail was pretty funny. And speaking of monkeys, we got a monkey with bananas and Solemnity. I believe the joke was this card is bananas. Kind of weak, but it's a monkey holding a card, so I had to include it. Next up, oh, is this even the full one? This is like way zoomed out. Whatever. Oath of Ajani. You guys remember what Oath of Ajani actually looks like? Because that's kind of the joke, that this is Ajani because he's a white cat. It was just too good. It was too damn good. I had to put it in. Next up, this was Erasca speculation after the final chapter of the Rivals, or not Rivals, the original Ixalan story. And of course, had to put in Bigfoot and a UFO, the alien guy, George What's-His-Face. And Illuminati. Because of course the Illuminati built Araska. What'd you think? Next up, this is so stupid. I love it because I just added like the comically real wood and dice, and then everything else just looks like complete crap. And nobody plays on a table like that. Like whenever I try to put something together, it just looks like this. So this is the running around scouting at F&M video. And that is very clearly what he's doing. He is like laser focused. Ha ha ha. Get it? On scouting, even though those cards are face down. Really, the whole thing just falls apart. But I thought it was pretty funny. And I just realized I got the layering wrong, but oh well. I rushed through these. Next up, I just like this one because it was just so dumb. I mean, it looks so real. And I actually ended up assembling that crate from like individual wood, what do you call it? Like wood textures. And it actually looked really good. I'm mostly, I don't even care about the rest of the thumbnail. I just like the crate. And then I kind of got that to look burned in, the whole self-contained mechanics. And get it? They're self-contained. They're in a crate. They're all together. Ha 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 ha. It turns out, yeah, self-contained mechanics still suck. So I wasn't wrong. Next up. This is the best screen grab, like freaking, what do you call that? Like freeze frame ever. Oh my god, you got crazy SJW hair lady, which is the only people that Wizards hires, which is actually illegal in the state of Washington, but whatever. They have a political and LGBT and social litmus test, and they hire according to that, and nobody's called them out on it. So, oh well, Google's getting sued for it, for discriminating against white males and conservatives, but yeah, comments are disabled on this video, and so are ratings, and of course, the black thumbs down, because that's how I voted. Just speaks volumes. I mean, you could frame this up and put it in a museum. There is so much to get out of this picture. It is literally art. Next up, Space Jace. Oh yeah. You guys got to leave a thumbs up on this video if you remember Space Jace. It is worth it. It was a bit of a troll video, but people kept watching it because it was so stupidly funny, and I've never had so much trouble getting through a video without laughing. It took me forever to record it. But let's just say I was speculating on what I thought would happen in Eldritch Moon and Shadows over Innistrad, and it wasn't exactly correct because Jace never blasted off to the moon. Okay. Next up, I shouldn't be proud of this, and I'm kind of not. Let me just say, this is clearly a blue goblin pirate, thus the tricorn. He's got a spear because why not? It looks about as sharp as a spatula. In fact, it looks like a spatula. But like from a distance, this didn't look as crap as I thought it would. And that's why I'm proud of it. I drew this completely from scratch in like 1 minute. Like for real. I just like did the layering, did some effects, and that's it. And I'm like, you know what? At like 100 pixels wide, it actually doesn't look that bad, but it looks that bad. Let's be honest. It really does look that bad. This is just cool. I mean, I just wanted to show this at full res. This is cool as hell. I was trying to make like some kind of weird, like non-tessellated, just like a tiled version, you know, like a repeating pattern. But like the white space gaps in between the boxes were so stupid. I ended up getting frustrated and just making a circle. And like, what should I put inside the circle? Like I've got like a border now, and I thought, wait a minute. And I just like shrunk it and repeated it. I'm like, there we go. Tessellated box portal, a vortex into Modern Masters 3. And it's so lazy, and it took like 30 seconds, but it looked really cool. So I did it. All right. Next up, the whole series. This is the #1 best thumbnail series on my channel, according to the 2 people that said it. So really high sample size there. Thumbnail unrelated. It's just it's like, what would I possibly put up as a thumbnail for this video? There is no thumbnail. There's nothing related to what I'm saying. I mean, what am I going to throw up? Just like you can't even throw up a picture of a card. It's not about a set. It's just about whatever. Like, it's about my channel. Well, what am I going to put my own logo up? Actually, that would make sense. But once in a while, you just need filler. And there's just something stupidly funny about this one in particular. What if I told you? Thumbnail unrelated. And of course, the original meme is what if I told you potato? Because of course. But this is Potato Morpheus. Yeah. Next up, we've got Bye-bye. This was, what was it? It wasn't Trampoline. It was some other deck. The one where you bounce everything back to hand. I honestly don't remember what I called it. But then there was this version of it, which was even funnier. I used that for a future video about reporting on how this deck actually won. Like, I built it as just like a cheapo troll deck, and it actually started winning stuff, so... it wasn't Gravity Bomb, though. It was a different one. It was the one that I built at the same time. Gravity Bomb was just better. Especially with the ETBs. If you bounce stuff back to hand, they get the ETB again. Next up, I got a lot of comments about this. So a lot of people are just like, ha, 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 funny thumbnail. And then they get into the video and forget about it. But this one had some comments because it was about what the customers want versus what the customers actually want. And it was mostly in the context of like Frontier and the cost of cards. You know, it's all these contradictions where everybody is this selfish douchebag who wants everything, where it's basically like, oh, I want the cards to be valuable when I open a box, but I don't want to pay too much for singles. Well, great. You want an impossibility. You literally want opposite things. It didn't make sense. But for the thumbnail, what customers apparently want is free cards, tacos, actual magic powers, and kittens, which I think we can all agree, out of a brainstorming session, those are the top 4. Oh boy. Next up, if you haven't seen this video, I just keep telling people it's the most famous video on my channel, even though it's provably not. Also, I screwed up the barrel transparency, never fixed it on this video in case you didn't catch it. Also, the coloring is terrible and I didn't shadow the gun. It's actually a terrible thumbnail. I'm just using it as an excuse to do a callback to that video. We built a bulletproof vest out of 2,050 magic cards and then shot it with actual guns. Okay? It's not a clickbait thumbnail. It's literally a bulletproof vest made out of commons. That's all I'm going to say. So if you're like, I wonder what calibers 100 cards put together with Gorilla Tape would actually stop, well, then go watch the video. Just type in bulletproof vest in the search on my channel, obviously. So go watch it. Next up, this one's just hilarious because it was about gaming stores that charge for their play area. Like, if you're going to use the play area at all, they'll charge you like $5, which is why he's got a gigantic $5. And plus, comically large money is always funny. I don't think that a lot of local gaming stores have like VIP, like glowing neon lights, you know, like a Miller Lite sign or something, and then like velvet curtains with marble floors. And if they did, I probably would give them $5. The thumbnail looked cool though, because it was so outrageously exaggerated. I just love it. Next up, you already know it. I don't even need to say. It's when we first saw these god-awful card frames that everyone was like, this looks like crap, and it looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh card. So I grabbed a screenshot of Yugi from Speedo Sausage's video, which you should definitely go watch. It's absolutely hilarious. And he's looking at the card like, oh, like what is this? In fact, literally in that part of the video, he goes, what is this? I don't even know what this is. I don't know what this does. And then he just chucks it. That's how I feel about those cards. That card frame was horrific. And we're back to the camels. I actually didn't know where the end of this was. So if I had a favorite thumbnail if I had a favorite thumbnail of yours, and I didn't mention in this video, leave a reference to it down below. I guess you can't really paste it down below. But otherwise, you know, if some of these videos sounded interesting, go find them on my channel. I'm certainly not going to link to them all. That would be way too much effort. But thanks for watching. Watch for even more stupid thumbnails in the future. And I'll see you guys next video.